Hello, Tracy here from the Thankful Palette, coming to you tonight. We're going to be painting. I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. So come on in. When you join me, say hello. If you're watching on the replay, let me know that as well. That's equally as important as being here live. All right, so tonight we're going to be painting a little bit of a outdoor landscaping scenes, just something very simple. With some greens and a fence post and some rails. So nothing crazy, just some basic things. So I hope you guys enjoy this one tonight. I am working on a 11 by 13 canvas, as you can see. Hey Michelle, so glad that you're here tonight. And you could do this on any size canvas that you want, but again, I'll be using 11 by 14. Also, you could use a mixed media pad that you could always tear out and have that picture that you paint frame. So let's get ready. Let me just push it down here so that you could see the canvas. If I could get you, all right. All right, so I have to turn you around, so just give me a second because I'm not using the same. There we go. All right, so hey Sheila. Yeah, Sheila, I can't talk tonight apparently. I'm so glad that you're joining me tonight. We are painting tonight, so I know you like to paint, so I hope you'll paint along. And if you did just join me, I am using a 11 by 14 canvas, but you could do this on any size canvas that you want, or you could also use a mixed media pad and paint on there. And I'm trying to get you up live on my computer so I could see you commenting, because when I have the video down, I'm having a hard time. So just bear with me for 1 second here. But Facebook today changed the way my personal computer looks, so it's nothing like I'm used to. So, all right, I think I got you now. All right. Hey, Bernice, happy birthday. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Carla, so glad that you're here. All right, so let's get started. All right, so tonight I'm going to be using we're going to be doing the whole background. I'm going to use a leaf green and a sage green, and I'm going to go ahead and do kind of my favorite background, as you know. I'm going to take those two colors and throw them on my palette and mix them around. Okay, make sure you wet your brush. I'm just using a big, thick brush. So wet it good and then pat it off. And then I'm just gonna grab my two colors and just kind of start going. You're welcome, Bernice. I hope you had a good day. You want to make sure that you get around the edges of your canvas, which I will go ahead and pull up. And again, I'm doing the whole thing green, two different color greens. Get that top there. How's everybody's day? Hope everybody had a good day. I just got paint all over my arm. Guys, I'm so excited because I'm part of a craft-a-thon on Saturday. It'll be streamed live from my Facebook page Saturday at 4 o'clock. So if you guys are around, hop on in, and it'll be just nice to have some familiar faces. So if you are around, I'm painting a mason jar and decorating it, so it'll be fun. All right, hey Patty, so glad that you're here. Okay, hopefully I didn't get any paint on my shirt, but oh well. All right, so again, I did all my edges, and I'm just doing that crisscross pattern that I like to do on a lot of backgrounds. Getting this first base coat on there. And I apologize for the dogs. Michelle, you're at 6 Eastern? Awesome. Yeah, I'm at 4 Eastern, so. Oh, those dogs. Hold on one second, guys. I need to shut my door. Well, you could still hear them, and I apologize. I think my son and my husband may have came out and went in, so I apologize for that. Okay, and I added some yellow in there, and I just put on some Sunny Day. It's called Sunny Day. I should show it to you, sorry. And I'm just adding some yellows in there, just to change it up. I need a little bit more paint on my... Your dog is nuts because I'm sorry, Michelle. That happens to my daughter too when I call her and stuff if my dogs bark. Well, her dog looks for my dogs. I apologize. That's the joys of live video, right? We're keeping it real. You just never know what's going to happen over here. Okay. And it's hard for me to see when I'm on top of it, but I want to just make sure I didn't forget any areas up top there. Looks like one area might be light. Hey, Victoria. Oh, the dogs just went a little crazy. You think it's funny, yours just the same, Michelle. Yeah, you just never know. That's just, you know, it happens. I used to maybe get a little upset about it, but you know what? We're keeping it real. I'm not perfect, and I don't pretend to be, so, well, occasionally there may be a dog interruption. Okay. All right, I think it's hard for me to tell, like I said, with the lights. They get the zoomies, yes. Okay, so let me go ahead and take my blow dryer and just blow it dry, just very little bit, just to help so I don't have to hold, you know, wait here till it dries to start layering. So just bear with me for a second. So I do see 1 or 2 spots there that I missed. So we're gonna have to go ahead and go back in there and just touch that up. Hey Rhonda, so glad that you're here tonight. Glad that you're watching. And if you are watching, say hello, because again, Facebook just changed something today and I cannot see who's watching. I don't know where it's at, so if you're here, say hello. And if I missed you, I apologize. Okay, just a couple of spots. I bought this pack of canvases from, and I think it was like 8 or 9 of them from Walmart, and it was really the only ones that they had, and I don't know if they're not quite as good a quality as like some of the other ones, so I apologize. You're literally blowing it dry. Well, Carly, if it would take me all night if I did. Oh, Rhonda, thank you so much for the sprinkle. I appreciate that so much. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of hopefully I can find my chalk here. We're gonna take a piece of chalk and I'm just gonna draw the outline, and if I can't find it, I'll just wing it, but my cup, I'm digging for my chalk, so bear with me. All right, it's in here, I just need to dig, sorry. Can everybody hear me okay? I also realized that I forgot to put my microphone on. I hope I'm loud enough because I'm kind of a soft talker, so I'm hoping that you can. All right. Yes, you can gesso the canvas first, and that does help. However, these are pre-gessoed, so I shouldn't have to. I'm just thinking that maybe the canvas quality is not quite as good as some of the other ones I buy. But again, it's okay. We make do. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up to about there. And again, I'm just giving myself that's gonna be about my, and I don't know, we might add another rail, we'll see. Actually, let's just add one down here like it's coming off. Okay. All right. So that's all I did was take a piece of chalk, and that's just going to give me the outline. Okay. And then for my board, I'm going to go ahead and use some, and there's the dog dropping the dog bone. They're unbelievable tonight. Let me just start with the little tan here. You're perfect with the sound. Thank you so much, Carla, for letting me know that. And Carrie, gesso is actually I have a bottle. Let me show it to you. So basically, it's a surface prep. So it comes in like, I have an 8 fluid ounce thing. I think I got this from Walmart or Hobby Lobby. And basically, you just apply this. It says to porous surfaces such as canvas, wood, or paper to hide even and smooth base surface. So basically, you would put this on and it would help make your paint stick and everything. So that's just a little tip. All right, so we're gonna layer our fence, all right? So we're gonna start with, on my palette, I put a tan color, and we're gonna start with the lighter and add in some darker, and then go ahead and put maybe some lighter like wood streaks in there. So let's go ahead and use a brush about this size. Again, make sure you're wetting your brush when you're starting, and then damping it off. And just gonna start filling in the lines, okay? Just basically very simple objects. So basically when you're going ahead and you see something that you would like to paint, whether it's something that you see maybe in, I don't know if you saw something at Hobby Lobby that was too expensive, or at another store, and you snapped a picture, you should never copy it verbatim. But say you liked fence posts, okay? And you saw a couple of different pictures, and maybe you liked the background on one, but you liked the way the fence posts look on another one, and then maybe flowers or grass on another one. If you took all 3 of those pieces and made it your own, you'd be fine. So you just want to look for inspiration pieces. And that's all I do, is I either take my own pictures, or I go ahead and I look for pictures in stores and stuff that just speak to me, And then I'll go ahead and, like, let's say I'm looking for, again, an owl, a picture of an owl. I might find 3 different owls that I like. And then I just take a little bit from each picture that I find that I like, and that's how I come up with my own. Hello, Kimberly. So glad that you're here tonight. Okay, so we'll see. All right, and again, all we're doing is starting a layer here. We're gonna build on our boards and our post. And this one's kind of coming off. All right, so let's go ahead and pick another color while that's drying a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add some dark browns in there. So I'm just gonna take a standard brown and add it on my palette. And again, for a palette, all you have to do is use a paper plate would work. I actually have a palette pad. I'll just show you this. It is, if you can see here, it's just a sheet, and I'm actually on my last one. It's actually called a paper palette if you wanted to do something like that. But a paper plate works just as fine. So don't be afraid to use that. And this is still wet. So I'm just gonna start building. And you can see I'm staying on the tip of my brush. I'm just starting to add some lines in there. And it is, if you could see, it is meshing in with the other color, and like, I don't want to say, yeah, it's kind of meshing, I guess that would be a good word for it. But at the same time, it's good because it's kind of mixing the 2 colors. But you got to be careful because you don't want it to get like muddy. So just like we would build flower petals, all we're doing here is building our fence, literally. How's everybody doing? Is anybody painting along with me tonight? I always love to know when you guys are painting. I'm gonna take a little bit of ivory in there too. Not too much, just a little bit. Just start adding in. Some ivory in here. And you could see sometimes I'm not letting my sides be perfect, and I'm okay with that because, as you know, sometimes wood is not perfect. Hello, Nancy. So glad that you're here tonight. Carla's painting a rock, and Carla does such a wonderful job painting rocks. She's very talented. Carrie will be adding this to the list of replays. That's what's perfect about doing this. Like, and again, you know, I said about meshing 3 paintings together. Anything that I paint, you guys are welcome to reproduce. I do not, I'm fine with that. So Don't feel like you have to change up. If you want to, that's fine. I'm just telling you, don't feel like you have to. Okay, I'm gonna add some black in here, and I wanna try to be very sparse with that. So I'm putting paint on, but then taking a lot off. And the black, I'm just gonna kinda do on the underneath maybe of the rails. We'll see. And then maybe on corner here. It's kind of hard for me to see with the light, so I have to kind of stand up and kind of just defining the actual post. Coming back in with some lighter colors. Can you hear the garage door? Sorry. Mom picks rocks for me and I give her back painted ones. That's awesome, Carla. It's nice to share your art with people. I think so. All right, let me just look at this quick. All right, I think I need some stuff right in there. What do you think? Again, it's hard for me to tell here with just the shadow of the lighting to light my stuff up. What do you think? I don't know. What do you think about the post so far and the rails? Are you liking it? I think I'm gonna stop doing anything and let it dry a little bit and come in and start doing the grass. So that's what we're gonna do. Looks good, Tracy. Thanks, Victoria. And Nancy said she tried to get the twins to paint on Saturday, but kind of failed. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Rhonda. Thanks, Nancy. All right, so let's start on our grass. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of have grass, tall grass, coming up around our fence. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add on my palette some forest green. And I'm gonna add, let's add in some leaf green, which we used for the background. Actually, no, let's add in, we'll see. I'm gonna put some olive green on, but I think they're very close. So we might have to add in, actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of black and I'm gonna mix it in with the green to make a little bit darker green, because my two greens look very close in color. So that's the other thing, guys. Don't be afraid that if you don't have the exact color that you want, you can always mix colors together and kind of make your own colors. Don't be afraid to, you know, play with it. So I'm just gonna mix that around, make a little bit darker color. Oh yeah, that's looking good. And I'm using a flat brush and I'm going to use the tips. So again, I'm coming up and I'm just going to start, and we're going to pretty much be layering this over. And I want it to come over the rails. I keep it pretty heavy in this corner. I'm not liking that brush. I'm gonna get a different brush. I am going to get maybe a round brush, but again, you gotta watch your pressure. So again, make sure that you wet your brush sure when you're doing this that you have enough paint in the brush. I think I'm going back to the flat. I like the way the flat brush works better. I don't know why I always try around when flat brush is my brush of choice. And it's this size, just in case you were wondering. And again, just because something works for somebody else, when you guys are doing this, use the brushes that you're comfortable with. Don't feel like you have to, because I like a flat brush, that doesn't mean that you have to. If a round brush works better for you, then by all means, please use a different brush. And again, I'm getting like blinded by the light here. Think so far. So basically, like, the grass is coming out and going behind the fence. That's the look that we're going for. So I'm just basically taking and pulling out grass, and I am going to add a few flowers here or there. And then I don't know if you could see the chalk line. Don't worry about that, because when you're done and everything is dry, all you do is you could take a paintbrush and it'll literally, you could just like brush it right off. Or you can take an eraser, but I usually just use a paintbrush. Just kind of twisting, turning. And just lift it up for a second so I could see where I'm blinded here. Just layering my colors. Just using basically those two colors. Remember, don't overthink it, because sometimes you could be your own worst enemy. And it's good to like step back from your work. Like, so you could see how I keep pulling it up and looking at it. It's one, because of the glare from the light, I can't see it, but go ahead and step back and look at it a little bit so you get to see what it actually looks like. Basically, all I'm doing is pulling the grass up. Okay. Thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate that very much. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead in there and take a little tiny bit of yellow, and again, just a very tiny bit, just to break it up a little bit. And again, painting mainly is just about layering. are you thinking so far? All right, I'm gonna leave those branches go. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add some little flowers in a couple of spots. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put some bright red and some terracotta on my palette. And all I'm gonna do is just plop in a few flowers, and we may need to give it a couple of longer stems. So let me just go ahead and grab another flat brush, and let me find one that I like. And I'm just gonna take a small one. And again, make sure you're wetting your brush. And let me start with the bright red, just load the paint on. And I'm just gonna kind of, oops, I had a little bit too much water in there. Just make like little petals. If you could see, I'm just pushing with my brush. Just grabbing some and putting them in there. Throw some orange ones in there. And again, wherever you want them is just fine. I need a couple more. I don't think you could ever have too many flowers, can you? At least that's how I feel. And I'm just taking the opposite color and putting it in the center, really. Just doing a very loose, and I'm just going over it because I had a little bit too much water on it. So I'm going to go back in. Maybe add where I need to a couple of stems back in from the flowers, just so it looks like they're coming out of something and not just randomly being in the air. That's all. Take a peek. What do you think so far? Should I keep going, or do you think it has enough? I kind of think I maybe need some more green in this one spot. What do you think? Thanks, Carrie. Oh, you're welcome, Sheila. I hope that you're painting. I would love to see some of your work. I know you could do it. All right. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and add like just some little, thanks Carrie, I appreciate that so much. Just add in a couple of maybe like little buds in here. Just little random ones. So I'm kind of making like a little heart. It's like a little V in there with the two different colors. sparkling. All right, let me just pull you back up here and I'll show it to you. Turn you the right way, hopefully. Okay, there we go. All right, so let me just show you. It's still wet, so I gotta be careful. But I think I'm happy with it. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. So there we go. We have our just little fence post, little outdoor scene with just some greens and a little bit of flowers. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, thank you, Michelle. If you did enjoy this and you know your friends would enjoy it, please go ahead and sprinkle that. That helps my page grow. And then remember, I will be live here again tomorrow night. Thanks, Rhonda. I have a very fun and unique craft planned for you tomorrow. So I hope you'll join me back again tomorrow night at 7:30. And then again, if you are free, on Saturday is the Fall Craftathon. Thanks, Rhonda. I will be here. You're welcome, Nancy. I will be here our time. Thank you, Bernice. 4 o'clock Eastern time. So you could find it on my page. And then if you want more information about the Fall Craftathon, I also have a post on that as well. And you could go to thethankfulpalette.com and there's a link to the Fall Craftathon if you wanted more information. So I hope you ladies had a great time. I enjoyed spending some time with you guys painting. Until tomorrow, happy creating. Have a great night.